Good morning everyone. Today we are in Torremolinos on the Costa del Sol in the south of Spain, and let's do some thrifting and looking for antique shops and second-hand shops. I'll show you a first shop that is always closed, but they have fabulous stuff. I'll show you around in the window. Here is the shop, the old-time Nitsuga. It's always closed, and they have fantastic stuff in the window. Don't leave things in the door. And they have a stunning collection of mirrors and clocks. There's some Spanish pottery. Kind of a mirror palace here. Minor lamp without the shades. Scale. More mirrors. That's the one with the shades. And it's packed, it's more like a storage. Maybe they have an online shop. A Beethoven. Go to the other window. Glass is like pewter on glass. Ceramic slippers. Windows are even dirty. Avoid the reflection. Mirrors, 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 and more mirrors. This big lampshade, some Venetian style mirror there. Here a lovely old professional camera. It's in an antique shop. It's 150 euros. This is a very antique shop. There's a glare in the window. That's old desk lamp. And we have a look inside. Here we have a lovely alley with big trees for the shade, and they've made lovely benches with tile work with all kinds of nationalities. It's very hot here in summer, so it's nice to sit in the shade. Alemania, and we're on our way to the next shop. And here, Austria, and all kinds of countries represented. And I can see the shop in the distance. Monument of Europa, a statue of Zeus. Probably a long story to read in Spanish, but I'll show you the statue, which is pretty nice. Street lantern, 1832. Here we have the whole statue. Here we have the Joanne charity shop. There's furniture, but they have a lot of other things too. We'll have a look inside. Always we start with some clothes. It's very well laid out. These for the bureau. Russian doll. She's on her own. Green. Glasses. A little Worcester, Royal Worcester, sugar bowl, egg cups. No, they're not. They're sake glasses. This beautiful chair I'm going to take home for 12 euros. This tureen is 12 euros. Check what it is. It's from Czech Republic. A nice section with books. Plant table. On. This is like the typical hydraulic tiles from Spain, which they have reissued. That one is sold. Nice mid-century table with tile work. And I don't know how much, 79 euros I think. Prices seem to be very reasonable. So this store is kind of specialized in furniture, but they have some smalls. The fighting cock. This is called Claw. It's actually a good brand. Oriental tiles. Glass cups. I think you got these at the petrol stations in Spain in the old days. There is another chair in the same range. Some art. Here is obviously famous in Andalusia for the flamenco. And fishing boats. Yeah, not really for today. And here's a section with a lot of hard goods. Don't see anything. So, what is this? Alfred Meekin. That's different. The sugar bowl. That 8 euros is a little much. And here we have another section of hard goods. Some nightstands with marble tops. Things for the house. You see, this is kind of householdy, normal goods. This is 7 euros, is a vintage oil and vinegar set. It's not here the typical pottery from here with the beans, the rice, the oil, some glasses, new lamps. And here you see the whole shop. This lamp is also quite interesting. So all in all, a very nice shop actually. I've been here before and I've always found things. Here's a nice sideboard. Not sure how old it is. And it's got the nice hardware. It does have the dovetailing here. So it's well-made piece, but I think it's more modern. A copy of something older. 79 euros. It's fine. The price is okay. It's a little Arabia dish with a mousse. Arabia, famous Finnish pottery. You see the mark, but unfortunately it has a big chip. But it's nice. Here we have some sauces from La Cartuja from Seville. That's a famous Spanish pottery brand. And this is the blue transferware, which has been made in many countries, but also in Spain. Here we see the full thing. And they're asking 8 euros for 3 pieces and 6 euros for 2 pieces. But they're only the saucers. This is a vase in the typical botanic garden pattern. From 1918 is the pattern. I've spoken about it in another video. I can't remember the name of the designer right now. It's 15 euros. And here we have the mark. It says Botanic Garden, circa 1918. 1818, I mean. And this is a reissue from 1972. It was a popular pattern for a very long time. They are asking 15 euros, which is actually fine. It's a very pretty pattern and a pretty vase, but too much for resale. Here we have a nice bistro table with a marble top. Actually, this might be an oldie, I'm not sure. But it's in perfect condition. It's very narrow, and it's 95 euros, which is a very good price. In the Joan charity shop in Torremolinos, I found this chair. It was only 12 euros. It's not an old chair, but it's made to look old. But it's very comfortable, and a friend is going to use it as a desk chair. And for 12 euros, I think that was a fabulous find. It's like a really sturdy, nice, comfortable chair. So that was the thrifting in Torremolinos. I only did one shop, the Joan charity shop, and I showed you a few others. The antique shop, they didn't let me film inside. They had some nice classical antiques, but they were going to close for a retirement. And they were very pricey, but there were some nice things in there. I'll put a few pictures in the screen. Then the shop with the mirrors. I think they use this shop for storage and have like online business. But there were some pretty nice things in there. And then the other Joan charity shop, I didn't film. It's got mainly clothes, handbags, costume jewelry and that kind of thing. I guess you can find things in Torremolinos also in the charity shops. Basically there's a lot of foreigners, and this one was like mixed English, Spanish, and I think it was okay. So I'll show you. The haul was not very big, but I think I showed you a lot of the shop. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time on Vintage Detective. Bye bye.